Hi Fiona,
Hiya!
how
Just
are you doing
brewing my
today?
tea.
Yes, big
Sorry.
mugs, big mugs. And I love that you're wearing yellow today because we're going to be discussing a very bright, sunny topic, which is Sol.
We are, yes. And actually, we're wearing between us Sol's colours.
Yeah,
Sol's logo is blue and yellow.
fantastic. So for anyone who doesn't know, what does Sol stand for? What is Sol?
Well, apart from meaning sun in Spanish, which is quite handy, it stands for sharing one language, which is the principle behind the organization.
Cool, nice.
Um,
And so you've been working on their courses for a number of years. But this year we're doing one
Quite a big number.
together.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we will
Yeah.
be together in Barnstaple from the 2nd till the 9th of August.
Aha.
Yes.
Yep,
Um, cool.
we
I'm
will.
very excited about it. I've done summer schools before, but this feels like it's going to be something completely different
Yeah,
because
this isn't summer school.
working with teachers for one. Um,
Yeah.
But I mean, looking at kind of the program, there are elements of kind of, you're in the classroom for a bit, then we're going out on location.
Yeah, I suppose it does look, yeah, at first glance, it does look like a summer school, but it is adults. Traditionally, it has always been Central and Eastern European, although it hasn't, uh, I mean, shall we say 99.5% of the teachers have been from there, but we have had from elsewhere. Shout out to Cristal. She, um, yeah, and then there's the activities and there's classroom time, but it's training. There's not much focus on language learning. There's inevitably a bit of language learning,
Mhm.
kind of in situ and looking at signs. And then because the activities that we do together are language learning activities that they can then use with their students rather, then inevitably they're probably learning some language themselves. But yeah, yeah, yeah. It just doesn't feel like the classic
Yeah, yeah.
language learning summer course for language learning. Yeah.
Fantastic. Excellent. So yeah, so the course that we're running is called The Humans in the Room.
Hmm.
We've spent some time in April. We spent some time in April, get my grammar right there, planning the session. Well,
It
planning
is
kind of
May
each
now,
day.
everybody.
It is. It is. Yep. So yeah, so we're going to be kind of looking at different aspects of teaching, of the people who are involved,
Yeah,
both in
exactly. Yeah.
terms of the actual, the
Mm.
physical, what the teacher is doing, but then also about the emotional aspects and physical and mental well-being as well,
Yeah.
and engagement and all these
Yeah,
things
and
that you and
where
I love
being a
talking about.
human, having a human teacher and human connection and community, um, well, not just now, but will always be better than AI. And unless AI actually becomes a sentient being with all the same, should we say, neurological needs as a human.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So I mean, we are doing this against the backdrop of the buzzword AI. And,
Yeah. Although we will be looking at how we can use AI effectively in terms
well,
of
exactly, yeah.
like managing time and creating
Huh.
resources and things like that. Yeah, it's we've got a lot to pack into one week, haven't we?
No, yeah, yeah. It's keeping the focus on AI as just another tool
Mhm.
rather than as the dominant driving force.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, it reminds me a little bit of what, 20 years ago when it was, oh, ed tech. Oh, everybody needs to be scared of ed tech. Um, and of course, you can use ed tech and still be a dogma teacher, for
yeah,
example, still be low tech and low materials. They
yeah,
still use some tech, like the students' own phones on. But
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the title comes from. Humans in the room. Things like well-being as well,
Hmm.
which is quite important when you're away from home for a week as well.
Yes. So you and I, we're going to be, I was going to say bosom buddies for a second there, but no, we're going to be flat sharing for the week, which is fun. We've got our accommodation sorted, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
so and this is the same. So for the teachers who are joining us, if I understand correctly, some of them they might be doing a similar kind of flat share, but do they also sometimes
Yeah.
stay with host families?
I think they're pretty much all with host families.
Hmm.
Traditionally, they're with host families, but sometimes the host family will have two of the teachers, which is quite nice because uh, simple logistical things like getting to and from class, generally speaking, they may be within walking distance, but the first couple of days walking by yourself, that kind of, oh, I don't know if I remember the route, or what if I need to ask somebody directions because I haven't got data or whatever. Um, so yeah, a lot of teach. I'm trying to think if it's all. It is pretty much all. Very occasionally people stay individually, but it's usually they're in twos, maybe even threes if there's somebody with a bigger house. Um, and the host families are really nice.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen quite a lot on Soul's social media about the host families and how much they're
Yeah,
a part of the experience for the teachers that come, for the students that come through the year as
yeah.
well. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, they are. There's some of them live in really beautiful places. And so I
Mhm.
remember last year, or maybe 2 years ago, two of the teachers were going for walks along the cliffs in the evenings with the host family because the host family's house essentially had sea views.
Fantastic.
Most won't because the sea's actually a good half hour away from Barnstaple.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Barnstaple's
So,
on an estuary. So, it's got water and almost like a beach, but it's not on the coast.
mhm. And so we're going to be kind of spending the week on the North Devon coast, which I'm very excited about as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, so what's Barnstaple like as a location for a course?
it's great. I mean, it's really, really good because North Devon is incredibly beautiful. Obviously, in August, it's going to be, or certain places are going to be quite busy, like Woolacombe. We used to go to Woolacombe on this course, taking it off. Years where we're kind of fully into the British school holidays, we tend to take Woolacombe off the course, the main part of the course. There is an optional day where teachers can go where they like. And
Mm.
I would strongly recommend a visit to Woolacombe. And you and I will be going to Woolacombe to watch the sun come down. And that's the shout out for Andre, because Andre and I went twice last year. Was one of the teachers who was on the course. Um, but apart from traffic, I guess. But apart from that, it's just such an amazing place, and it's all connected up by the Tarka Trail as well, which used to be a railway line and is now a cycle path. And you rent a bike and you can cycle up and down. It's got cliffs, it's got beaches, it's got like the sheer cliffs of Hartland Key, and it's got the enormous beach of Westward Ho, and it's got pebble beaches like in Woolacombe, and it's got tunnel beaches like in Ilfracombe, and enormous boulder beaches like at Lynmouth. It's just, I don't know, it's such a beautiful, wild kind of area. It's on the edge of Exmoor as well. It's
Mhm.
gorgeous. National Trust houses, all kinds of stuff. It's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah, so excited, so excited. There's not going to be enough hours in the day to do as much sightseeing as I want to do, unfortunately.
No,
But
no, there aren't. Literally,
yeah.
there are not.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we've got a really jam-packed timetable as well. So generally, we kind of kick off at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's going to be eight. Well, for you and me, a little earlier, but for the teachers, it'll be 8:15, 8:30 every morning. Yeah.
mhm, mhm. Yep. And so obviously with you doing this course for a number of years, you're very familiar with a lot of the places that we're going to. So I'm going to be learning a lot. But this year we're going somewhere new as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Well, every year, every 2 years, we change it up a little bit because some teachers really like this course and come back because we change the focus of the actual course every couple of years as well. And different activities. And obviously, with me doing it, I kind of know what we've done before and who's come in and so I can avoid repeating stuff. Um, but that means that we do switch up the visits a little bit.
Hmm.
So we have been going to Tintagel. We're going to Dunster Castle this year. So, but it doesn't mean that people are going to miss out going somewhere because there is a day. It's not a full day. It's like from about 11 in the morning or something. Teachers in small groups will get a chance to go to Exeter or wherever they want to go.
Hmm.
We'll talk about that with you when you're on the course.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
But
Um,
Dunster Castle, yeah, we're going to Dunster Castle.
And so we've kind of talked about the training. Well, we've brushed the surface. I imagine we might come back to these things again as well. But so we've got kind of the training and then these trips, and then there's also a kind of a couple of cultural events. I'll call them cultural events because they seem kind of
Yeah,
typically
yeah.
British. So one night, one thing that I keep saying I'm very excited because I am. Fish and chips. We're gonna have fish and chips. I don't.
Oh, excuse me.
It's
I
such a
know, but
holiday thing for me.
I mean, even for me, fish and chips in Oxford, okay, but fish and chips when you're near the sea, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and depending
Yeah.
where we have them. Last year we had them sitting on the grass at Westwood Ho.
Um,
Yeah. We often have it in a place in Barnstaple.
mhm, mhm.
But yeah, last year we sat outside. The
Nice.
risk being the seagulls.
Yes, and I guess as well a risk in the UK summer, the weather, which can affect plans as
Yeah,
well.
but that's why we change. If we see that the weather's going to be rubbish I don't know what day of the week it's going to be, but let's say it's the Wednesday. It's not the Wednesday. That's what I do know. Let's say it's the Wednesday. You just say, okay, we're going to do it in Barnstable in this place, or we're going to do it in,
Hmm. Hmm.
you just keep an eye on the weather,
Yeah,
folks.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, awesome. And yes, so the fish and chips, we've got a pub quiz as
Yep.
well, which should be fun.
Optional, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then some live music potentially too.
Yeah, we are. I think this year that's something else we're switching up a bit. But I know that that one's being organized right now, so I'm not going to say too much about it. But yeah,
Yes,
we
yes.
usually have we have like the music evening is encouraged because we also encourage the teachers to sing along and sing together, sing something from their country, practice the singing on the bus, and it's a nice sharing one language thing to do. Um, a lot some of the countries who come some of the countries who come, some of the people, the nationalities, should we say, that come, have shared histories or shared traditional music. If we've got people from Slovakia and people from Czech Republic, for example, they may have shared folk songs or something.
Mhm,
So yeah, so that's where the sharing of the music comes along. And just singing is such a good community thing to do.
mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, and then optionally we'll do pub quiz, which would be like a team thing. I'll do it slightly differently from last year.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that as well. And as well, just then when you were talking about sharing from your own culture, from your own community, we've also got kind of a coffee morning. Well, one of the training mornings, we're going to kind of split it up with people bringing something from their own country to kind of share
Yeah.
food or drink wise as well. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, quite late on in the week, I think it is. But yeah, we generally, I think we've done that more or less every year. There wasn't much time for it last year. We had a lot more people in the class. We had a load of people. Well, we had to relocate slightly last year, so the room wasn't ideal. That was what it was because we couldn't really take food into the library basically.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, yeah, it's nice. Again, it's about community. I know it's the humans in the room. We're talking about teachers, we're talking about students, we're talking about the importance of forming a community. So sharing, whether it's singing, sharing Ivar, which is my favorite. I don't know if you know what that is, but
No.
you'll see. That's my favorite. And then I don't know, sweets from Poland or the really strong liqueurs from various countries, these kind of things. So yeah, but
Mhm.
it's great. It's great. We're going to do that. I can't remember which day, but it's late on in the week. Doing it in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So what
awesome.
else? What are you most looking forward to or excited, or how do you feel about the whole thing?
Well, can I use the E word again? I am really excited about it because
About enthusiastic? No, sorry.
enthusiastic, emotional as well, I
Hmm.
think, because it sounds as well from what you've told me about it that there is like a real sense of community building between the teachers with you
Yeah.
over that period. It sounds like a really wonderful shared experience that everyone
Good.
has together. So I can imagine that it might be, emotional to say goodbye on the
Oh
final
yeah, yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Having just spent an intense week with this group of people. So yeah, so emotional. I'm very enthusiastic about it. I love working with teachers, and I think I really love the format of this course that when we're going out on the trips with them, we're showing them practical ideas that they can use with their own students as well. I think that's really nice. It's not just, oh, look, here's a castle, take a photo. Um, so yeah, so that's really exciting. I'm enthusiastic about that. Can I think, oh, I'm eager to get started. All the E's. No, but yeah, I'm just yeah, I feel very grateful that you invited me to come and join you and yeah, ever since you mentioned it, I've just been like, oh, that's in the diary, that's in the calendar.
Yeah. I think apart from emotions, I think how shall I put this? Skills that come to the forefront on this course. And now this is from us as the trainer's point of view, but I think it's useful for teachers who might be attending to kind of hear this side of it. One is we need to be really pragmatic,
Hmm.
um, flexible, adaptable. Uh, Stuff happens, weather happens, for example. So, we say, okay, we're going on these visits, and then we see the weather is going to be appalling. So we have to shift our thinking. But the teachers on the course also have to be willing to accept that if it is dreadful weather, the Valley of the Rocks, but for example, is not going to happen. On
Hmm.
the other hand, we can take them to the Water Museum in Lynmouth or something instead, which is the same area. Um, but you and I, need to be super energetic and mentally really high energy. It is exhausting for us. There's another E for you because apart from being physical, because we're uh, essentially hiking quite a lot, um, sort of mentally, yeah, we do have to be constantly aware of, okay, what about this? What I mean, might need to change this, might need to change that, might need to. It's not just the weather; it can be anything. Can be traffic. It can be last year we had some construction work suddenly in the middle of a lesson, right through the wall from where we were. Um, so we couldn't hear anything basically. So instant, right? Okay, we've got to change. Um, yeah, it's really good, but there is an element of flexibility has to be there.
Hmm.
And therefore you collectively our expectations, we have to sort of modify them and say,
Hmm.
right, this is what we're probably doing. When we see the schedule, the input should be fine. But the other stuff, you know, there's no point in saying, oh, but I wanted to go to the Valley of the Rocks. Well, yeah, okay, but it's thick fog, for example. You know. Um, so yeah, I would say that be prepared for high energy, be prepared for long days, for quite a lot of walking. It could be walking in sand dunes. It can be walking on the beach. Mm. I mean, this is that. I mean, I love hiking and I love just kind of being on the beach, not sitting on the beach, but doing stuff on the
Hmm.
beach. There's a lot of that. Anybody who's concerned about their hair looks like, forget it. Just bring a load of scrunchies because your hair is going to look like this most of the time. But yeah, I don't know. I really, really love it. And I love the sharing. I
Hmm.
think this is part of the community. Sometimes community comes together because of things being unpredictable sometimes.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, it's so good. But I think it is, of course, for people who are uh, adaptable and willing and able to adapt to circumstances, pragmatic, proactive, that kind of stuff. Like the language is emergent.
Another E.
Um, exactly, yeah. So as a teacher, language teacher, you need to have kind of a lot of mental energy to suddenly go, oh yeah, look,
Hmm.
that means that could be, you could use that in this situation. You see that phrase there? What do you think it usually means? What's the pun here? Because there's lots of puns,
Hmm.
shop names, signs and stuff. So yeah, those are the other requirements. But I think they are useful skills for teachers to have anyway.
Definitely, definitely. Well, we will share the link to Sol in the show notes. So if anybody wants to come
Yeah.
and join us, you can still sign up, I believe.
And it's
And
Barnstaple with a B at the beginning and a P near the end, if you want to Google the place.
yep, or we could include a Google Maps. Yep, we'll include lots of links so you can find out as much as possible to make an informed choice.
Yes, and do come and join us. Come and join us. Come and join us.
Fabulous. Well, I will see you next week for another episode and see you in real life in Barnstaple soon.
Yes, it's